was dark. I sleep well back. It was 10 p.m, well at the spring like. She came into the clearing. Knelt. She was greeting something. Bird-like almost. Big winged arms. She was carrying a baby. Not crying. And she whispered it was, I will fast while I may, with a cross of blue and another of red, as the good Lord was to the rude. Then she tore the baby limb from limb and feasted. Chased it down with a raw egg. It vomited in chunks down itself. I mean, it started crying, screeching quietly. It seemed inevitable. So I watched, looked on, silent like. Sweltering me on. I couldn't breathe. I switched. And I knew this to be true. And I will not suffer a witch to live.
Even as I breathe, I represent something as magical as a ticking time bomb. If you turned back the clocks to when I didn't step on the cracks of pavements and smiled in toothy grins and pulled my skirt down at the back, you'd see innocence. You'd see the indescribable pearly white something they look for in those who look like me. They think if they shove lamb's fur down a girl's throat, she'll become Aphrodite. Instead, she chokes and is reborn. Not dissimilar to lace or promises, this faded. Things pushed out, curved in, sharpened amongst taut skin. Clearly this was a tragedy only rivaled by that of Juliet, because now I had eggs nestled near my stomach, breasts covering my beating heart, and a mind ready to be filled with rage. These can only be one thing: weapons primed to destroy lives that don't belong to me. I looked behind every mark and mole and didn't find myself.
If you want your soul set free.
"8:23 p.m. This is where I'm quiet. The last light has run away, so I'm kneeling and asking for the next rising sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm putting on moisturizer. I'm peeling oranges. I'm turning pages in heavenly silence. I'm closing my ears to secrets. I'm keeping the candle lit. 8:25 p.m. My ears and mouth and nose and eyes are staying firmly closed. But I'm no longer the apple of His Majesty's eye, not since my unfortunate misadventures. But the fire will do its job, burn up my sins and my skin, my filth and rot, to make me the image of an unlikely saint. It wasn't appropriate, you see, and I'll pine after forgiveness until there's flowers atop my grave. 9:40 p.m. The guilt is back. It's clambering up my spine with pointed nails and perched on my shoulder. It's leaving dried blood clinging to my fingernails. I hope I'll still get flowers when I pass. I hope he will still kiss me on the forehead like a child who didn't know what she was doing. I'll keep the candle lit.
With the devil grab your hand.
9:42 p.m. She's always there when I don't want her. She's never bathed or gotten dirty. She's never chipped a nail or slapped a face. I would tear my hair out to feel that kind of purity.
What do you think she was doing?
No, invoking the devil. I could feel it, stretching its legs, shedding its snake skin, grooming its many faces. I could see him falling.
I did as I was asked, as was demanded of me. I hid the life inside my pupils and instead allowed the pale whites of my eyes to consume my face and body. But nothing keeps at bay the archaic shame of a body which is looked at. The expectation that I'll push more and more flesh out of my clothes to remind people to look at me. Besides, when Eden falls, bloodshed is the only thing to naturally follow. A blood sacrifice is all that will suffice. So I did what was prophesied, what Mary couldn't. QSC. QSC. Yes! Dripping in shower water and gushing poppies, I wondered how I was supposed to feel. I was loved, not tarnished, but the poppies that fell began to resemble thick paint, grotesquely falling in beads never to be scrubbed away. Less Madonna, more whore. Am I so different? Am I something to be feared? Am I innocent? I'm not a girl anymore, of my own volition rather than that of a timeline scratched upon scrolls or treaties. To them, girls skip freely while women flit like bats, scarring those in their way with a smiling potion of selfish desires that pierces skin. They consume flesh, then kiss each other with the same mouth. But I do as I please.
10:36 p.m. I have received hope in the form of simple rituals. I'm finding refuge in old things. I'm keeping the candle lit. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm brushing my hair. I'm brushing away any thoughts I come across. I'm sitting opposite a blank wall. I knew it. I knew he wanted to guide me through gnarly branches of a nighttime forest to an unknown heaven. I knew he'd forgive me. He really is good. I'll keep the candle lit. (11 p.m) I'm sorry, my king. I didn't know the devil lived within me. I didn't allow him to worm his way into my liver and lungs. I didn't want him to use me as his vessel. 12:24 a.m. She won't leave me alone. I'm biting my fingernail and blood is flecking into my mouth. I'm biting my finger and the blood is running down my hand. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Even speaking those words feels slimy and full of clots. Please accept this gift and forgive me. 1:55 a.m. I'm pulling tears out of my own eyes to find some sort of salvation. I'm staying awake so he can find me. Speak to me. Pull the true innocence out of my indulgence. 2 a.m. Sometimes I worry I hate you. Sometimes the hate I feel swells. Sometimes it takes me whole and stretches me outwards. Sometimes the submission and simplicity feels like a burning. 2:43 a.m. Please, my lord, I am a scowling, disapproving, self-destructive nutcase. They came to me in a dream, these wicked things. I can feel holes burning into the top of my shoulders. Please, I need you to exorcise me, pushing out from, let the bad fall out my mouth, nose, ears, in thick bulbs of black smoke. Take the gift, please talk to me. Thick bulbs of black smoke. Please talk to me. I need you.
Centuries ago we laid out the guillotines. Decades ago we fought the war to end all wars. But that day it began again. Under a blood-red moon. There's no mistaking Satan when he's smiling at you. Wide eyes at your open mouth.
I've never seen myself as guilty, in spite of the red-hot guilt which makes its bed each night in my gut. I look to the future and see a life, not a slanderous divination. But through the apocalyptic blue of my bedroom window, I behold my future in the form of scarlet A's, loaded phrases and bitten lips. I see the witch hunters and bridal crafters galloping through the stars, but when I search the earth, wide-eyed and curious, I observe every wounded wolf and scorn all proud poachers who dismiss their prey like plastic trophies and walk on. And when I open the window for fresh air, hundreds of large, outstretched hands reach up, ready to take me away.
(3:14 a.m.) My shoulders, my legs, the tangled pile of limbs lying on my bed, bending over to ease my throbbing head like a feasting bird. I have done all I can, but no more. Won't be long before I am left to grow mould on your graveyard amongst ruthless fires and fallen angels. I won't come crying again. I'm sure I'll be very happy there. 3:38 a.m. She's the real sinner. I wish I could squeeze the dew out of her eyes and replace it with the glare in mine. I'm tainted, but she will always be the same. She seeks to destroy. Her, not me. Not my pulsing heart. Not my shaking fingertips. Her fleshy face and sticky hair. 3:42 a.m. You're spitting at the humanity I hold, so I'll spit at your feet. I've begged. I won't ask for any more. I will bury you. 4:42 a.m. Except that I won't. I'll love you, and I'll wish you love me, and be yours. I ask once more for you to leave me to my punishment. 6:43 a.m. Here is the light I asked for. I give myself to you. I knew you'd raise the sun once more for me.
They will always say, won't they? Evil lives in the poems. The women and the children, the dying and the homeless. I know that evil lies in the intent. True horror comes in when we rip each other to pieces. When leaders smirk at the rubble they've created. Grabbing at others' bodies and squeezing with both hands. And they laugh at the deaths they've paid for. Maybe hell really is empty.
Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? Saw him driving down the 61 in early July. Wide as a cotton field and sharp as a knife. I heard him howling as he passed me by.